All right. Thank you all for joining us today for a CGS Computational Emphasis Advising Update Workshop. This is an exciting collaboration between the Yellow Cluster Advising Team and the Computer Science Advising Team. And we're really happy that you're all able to join us today. We'll be covering a few topics. Here's our agenda. We'll do some introductions. We'll have our computer science major advisor go over some course and scheduling updates, and there will be time for direct Q&A about that topic. And then following that, we'll discuss how to build a balanced academic plan. We'll provide some updates on some brand new pre-approved substitutes for CGS major classes. And then we'll have it open for Q&A and one-on-one support as needed. So I guess I should introduce myself. My name is Alyssa Magorian. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm an undergraduate advisor in the Yellow Cluster, which supports cognitive science students. Carrie, would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh, thank you. My name is Carrie Gage. I am the undergraduate program coordinator in the Department of Computer Science.
So thank you. And then our amazing peer advisors, do you want to introduce yourselves?
My name is Roxanne. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm a cognitive science major with an emphasis in neuroscience. And I'm Isabella. I also use she, her pronouns, and I'm a fourth year cognitive science and computational major.
So, all right, Carrie, would you like to get started?
Yeah, so we have some updates with the computer science courses. So the first one is for ECS 32C, if you're going that route in the series. As of right now, ECS 32C is offered this spring quarter, and that's how it's been in the past, offered in spring quarters, but we are changing the offering moving forward. So it'll be offered in fall quarters now. It is on the fall 23 schedule, and then the next offering will be fall 2024. So that's just something to keep in mind if you're going to be doing 32 ABC. And then the recommendation from your advising is to take 32C in your sophomore or junior year. I'm also going to put a link in the chat to our, we have like a tentative course offerings page on our website. And so we try to update that pretty frequently with our offerings. Right now, we only have through winter 2024, but we should have spring 2024 up soon as well. But we always will have on there what our projected plan is for the next year. So you can see a year out before the schedule is released, what the plan is for the ECS courses. And then another big change coming is the ECS 36 series in terms of the pass restrictions. So you may have noticed, because this did happen in spring, but we've made some slight adjustments. So as of now, cognitive science students will have to wait until pass 2 to register for 36A. And this will also be eventually 36B and C, although not sure what quarter those are going to be adjusted in yet. So we will keep you updated, but as of right now, it's just 36A. And in Pass 2, it's only open to limited majors. So it's not like the typical Pass 2 where it's open to everyone. Pass 2 is only open to cognitive science and a few other majors that are required to take the 36 series. It's no longer open to all majors to take. So we did have some concerns about being able to get seats in Pass 2. That wasn't an issue this spring. The class actually still had open seats after Pass 2, so we shouldn't see any issues. You should still be able to get into those courses. We just had to make some adjustments to make it easier for the students who are required to get the courses to actually get in them. So hopefully that continues how it did this spring, but just keep that in mind. You'll have to wait till Pass 2 for 36A moving forward. Do you want me, oh, sorry, I was gonna say, do you want me to go over the registration schedule you have on the side, or?
I think that's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, and then the next update is new prerequisites for ECS 171. So the 32B, 36C, that has always been in place, but as of this spring, our faculty decided to enforce the recommended prerequisites that are now required. So either Statistics 32, Statistics 131A, or ECS 132, that's what's officially in the catalog, although they will also accept Math 135A. If you took Math 135A, you'd have to submit a prereq petition, but those are being automatically approved. It's just a oversight that needs to be corrected and should hopefully be corrected after the fall quarter. And then the other requirement is Math 22A or Math 27A. And for fall quarter, you'll be able to get into the course during Pass 1, and that should continue. We don't foresee that being removed anytime soon. One thing I do want to mention also about the 171 is that it's not offered every quarter, but you can see that on our projected scheduling. So it's this fall, and then it's not up yet, but it should also be offered in spring 2024. Yes, that's the year we're going into. Do you guys have any questions about these changes? No? You can put them in the chat if you don't want to speak up. No? Okay. Do you guys have any questions that you can think of that may be helpful? Oh, there we go. Okay. For Pass 2 registration, 36A only, not B and C. Right now, 36B and 36C are still open to cognitive science in Pass 1. We will let you know when that changes, because there are plans to change that, not for this fall though. It would be sometime after fall. I'm not sure if it would be winter or spring, but we will update you. But for this fall, Pass 2 for 36A, Pass 1 for 36B and 36C. And then Pass 1 for 32 series also. Yeah, that was a great question. Any other questions? No? Okay. All right. I'm going to head out then, unless there's any other computer science questions.
Going, done.
All
Okay.
right. All
Well,
right.
thank you. Thank you so much, Carrie.
If another question comes up, feel free to message me.
Absolutely.
All right. Bye.
Hi. All right. Well, now we'll go into how to build a balanced academic plan, and I'll hand it off to Isabella.
Yeah, so let's talk about building a balanced academic plan. So if you are a first year or second year, we suggest that you and 1 to 2 GEs/minors/other classes that you might be interested in. We also suggest that you take no more than 2 hard science math, writing science courses per quarter, just so that your workload is more manageable and you do well in all your classes. Next, we also suggest that you take a variety of subjects or major areas, basically not all Group B courses. And just a reminder that for the workload, 1 unit equals 3 hours of work for each week, including class time. So for example, if you have 16 units, that's 48 hours of class and studying. I will quickly go over just an example academic plan. You don't have to follow this, but it's a good reference. So in your sophomore year, you'll take philosophy 12, ASA 2, and STS 140. You can see that the hard science class would be ECS 32A. And you can see how that would balance the rest of the schedule out. Moving on, ECS 32C would be that hard class. And then of course, in your senior year, ECS 170 would be that difficult class. So hopefully you can see the pattern that there's a variety of disciplines in each quarter, and everything is balanced. So if you are a bachelor's of science, you have something called natural science and mathematics requirement, and you do need 90 units of this. So major, the cognitive science major, in my experience, it doesn't fill up this requirement super fast. So you do have to keep track of it as you go throughout your quarters. You can find out which classes qualify for this requirement in the link. Alyssa, can you link it in chat? Oh yeah, that works too.
So I'm just going to the College of Letters and Science website to their degree requirements section of that website. Let me put this link into the chat really quick. And then as you're looking for the NSM section, it's a little hard to find. Scroll down to the college requirements under area breadth requirement. And then you scroll down a little bit more where it says the BS degree, and that's where the NSM requirement is listed, as well as the courses. Isabella, do you want to take it from here?
Of it as you go through your quarters. Also, especially for the psychology section, not all psychology courses qualify for NSM credit, so make sure to take a good look and also look at our newly approved NSM courses, our slides. Alyssa, can you go back? Yes. So we have CGS 107, CMN 150V, LIN 175, and LIN 177. I also like to submit a degree check to the College of Letters and Science, which you can do, I believe it's twice a quarter or once a quarter. I think it's once a quarter. So, and they'll let you know how much NSM credits you have so far.
And I will just add these newly approved NSM courses haven't quite made it to the website yet, but if you have any questions or want the college to manually update and make sure that they're capturing this, I would go to their express advising and talk to an advisor about that and make sure that that gets manually adjusted. Okay.
On to pre-approved substitutions for the preparatory subject matter. Onto the statistics section. Some pre-approved substitutions are stats 13, or you can take stats 32 or stats 100. Just a general rule as I go through this slide. Or the general catalog for that information. Moving on to ECS 20. You can take ECS 20 or ECS 17 or Math 108. Exciting one, the calculus. So as you all know, we have the Math 17 series, which is geared more towards biosci. And there's been the Math 21 series, which is geared toward engineering majors, which is more theory-based. And then finally, we have the new Math 19 series, calculus for data-driven application. And the version of the series that it's the calculus, other mathematical methods necessary in data-driven analysis in the sciences, technology, and the humanities. So emphasis on the technology part for this major. And lastly, the linear algebra and MATLAB. So in the past, we've had Math 22. Also called Biz 27A, or you can also take Math 67 with the Math 22A lab.
Awesome. So I'm gonna go over some pre-approved substitutions for upper division calc sci requirements, some of which I'm really happy to see. So for Group B, please note that for the CGS computational emphasis majors, you will need at least one ECS class to fulfill that requirement. So currently we have LIN 177, B133, ECS 120, ECS 170, and ECS 171. So for the new substitutions, you can also do CMN 150V, CMN 151, CMN 152V, NPV 136, and NPV 167, regardless of admit year, and this will be applied to all cognitive science majors. And for group C, you'll need at least one. So currently we have WIN 175, PSE 101, and PSE 133, CGS 107, or ECN 107. The reason why there's like slash marks is because they're cross-listed, so that means the same class but under different names. We also have PSE 135, PSE 139, and PSE 145. So, or also some other options that can be substituted for group C. So as you can see, we have a lot of them actually fall into NPV. So if any of those interest you, you can go ahead and take those as well. For group B, we're expanding it a little bit more. Yay! So right now we have WIN 103A, 103B, WIN 150, and WIN 182. Some other courses that you may be able to take to fulfill group B are the WIN 131, 141, 152, 171, and WIN or EDU 173 language development. Again, it's cross, or there's WIN 171 / EDU 173 because they're cross listed. So again, same class under different names, which will both fulfill group B. So we have one additional substitution for this group, which is PSE 132, the language and cognition course. So hopefully this will help schedule classes a little bit easier, but also some more opportunities to take a lot of different classes.
Thank you so much, Isabella and Roxanne. Great job. And just to provide a little more context, these pre-approved substitutions are really meant to help align the groups across the three kind of options within cognitive science. So if you're switching from one to the other, it's not as confusing of a process, and you'll at least have some kind of continuity with at least knowing what the groups are and what classes are within those groups. So at this time, we want to open it up for any questions, comments, concerns that you may have. If you want to have some one-on-one support, we're happy to do a breakout room with you one-on-one to help you with academic planning. We're here to support you. And you're welcome to put questions into the chat or to speak as well. And at this point, I think I'll go ahead and stop the recording so you can feel free to, come on mic if you want to.